Do you remember the tutorial worlds? If you're a longtime player, you definitely recognize these worlds. Me being my nostalgia-pilled self, I was reminiscing on the old tutorial worlds, the memories I made on them, and that's when an idea struck me. What if they kept going? What would a tutorial world for modern versions look like? There was so much opportunity for what was possible. Plus, the existence of the Legacy 4J mod and the Re-Console mod pack really inspired me. And so, for the past few months, I have been hard at work crafting this world and trying to make it as authentic as possible. And now I think I finally have enough progress to show you guys where we are going. So let's check it out. Here we are. This is the spawn area for the tutorial world. This is honestly my favorite area of the world because it feels the most 4J Studios like area by far. So you got your classic ruined wooden house that you can finish up. Lots of trees around. It's nice and cozy but confined, as you can see. So you spend some time here, and when you're ready, you can come through this corridor. Got some cool statues lining the path. You go down here. And we have the classic Minecraft sign with fireworks, nice little pond. You can walk across, and this is where we have our first little section of basic tutorials. So we got farming, we got animal breeding, we got bees over here. I'm here just because I feel like the area kind of worked. Got fishing, sugarcane. I do think this area is a little bit cramped. Maybe that's just me. I've been working on this for so long, so I'm just kind of used to everything. But I do think it's a little bit cramped. I'm not sure how else I can fix that though, without compromising too much. Anyways, as we follow the path, we got our villager trading area. We got a mini village right here. And then we have an anvil, stone cutter, grindstone, and we have enchanting in here. And then golems. I am planning on moving the enchanting area because I think enchanting deserves a more grand sort of building instead of this tiny little library. So I'm definitely gonna move that over there somewhere. I haven't figured out what I'm doing with that yet. And I do want to flesh some of these out a little bit more. I think this one's fine. You have for 2 pumpkins, you put them on top. Kind of simple. I do want to flesh these out a little bit more, make them a little more clear what the heck you're supposed to do. But overall, I think this place is nice. We have a little bridge here, connecting to the land right here. But as we move forward, it kind of opens up a little bit. And then here's where we have like our main hub area. So we have kind of like these roads, a roundabout, and it just kind of keeps going. We have like these really cool houses. I do like the style of them. I'm not entirely sure if it fits, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So in here, this is where we have our brewing tutorial. We got villagers roaming around. We can make use of the new shelves that were added, so players can take resources from them instead of having just chests everywhere. We have some seating and stuff. And these are all fully decorated, fully furnished. Then we have armor trims. I have minimal armor on, so that's why they look like that. And I do plan in all these lecterns to have books with like little tutorial blurbs and stuff. So we have armor trims, and then armor dyeing, this little shop. And then over here, we're gonna have like a little area here, and then we have copper golems organizing things in this little like storage facility thing. I think this is really cool. And I plan on having some kind of like redstone facility, factory thing right here. And then on this side, we have the pots tutorial, little thing showing you how you craft them. We have banners through here, all the banner designs. Got some examples around. I really like how this looks. Upstairs, we got more decoration. Here we have a bundle tutorial, and more information in there. We got maps, a little map tutorial, the cartography table. The thing with this tutorial world is we need to somehow make tutorials for everything after Update Aquatic as well. That was like years ago, so we have like a lot to catch up on basically, and a lot to make tutorials on. So this might get cramped really quickly, so it's gonna have to be kind of a balancing act on how we do this. I do like the kind of village sort of format we got going here. I think this works best for what it is. But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. What's important to note is that this world is entirely custom made. This is not vanilla generation. I used World Painter to customize this world. Before I even started this, I did a lot of research into how 4J even made their tutorial worlds. What I did is I downloaded the old tutorials, and I went through and tried to figure out how on earth they made these. Because there was some stuff that was kind of like breaking my brain on how they did this. So ever since, very early on, they were using custom worlds. Earlier on than you think. They've been using custom worlds for a long time. And all of this is handcrafted using whatever developer tools they have. In hindsight, that's kind of obvious because stuff like this would not generate at all. All of this terrain is custom made. But what was even more interesting is they had vanilla structures that functioned as well. And vanilla caves that looked like vanilla caves. All of it. So if we go, not survival mode, oh my god. Go into spectator. See, we have ravines, we have caves, we got the lava layer that used to be in there. We have vanilla structures, like a stronghold, right over here. And then of course we have like villages and temples and things like that also generated here. So they somehow had those generating on a custom world, which was really interesting. The villages, I think these are actually custom built. I think most of them are custom built, and they just kind of like hand built them. There's no way that's what this looked like back then. Is that actually what it looked like? Or did they just like really terribly remake it? This was something I was gonna have to do and figure out how I was gonna do it. The custom terrain was the easy part. I could just go into World Painter and do that. But then the next hurdle was caves. World Painter does allow you to generate caves, but they're not the same ones as vanilla, and they're kind of just tunnels throughout the ground. They're not like actual caves. Like, they do allow you to make custom brushes for caves. So I went in and I made a bunch of different brushes for the different types of caves I want. So we have like this really thin brush, and I just painted it all through here. We have to have separate brushes for separate Y layers as well. So I had to create a brush that just goes all the way through here. I also did use the regular World Painter like cave systems throughout here, because they just generate tunnels and it makes my life easier. They look fine. But then I also had to have brushes for big caves like this. This is not vanilla generation, this is just a brush. It's not the nicest looking thing ever, but it connects to some of the tunnels. And as you can see, there's another issue. Lush caves did not generate correctly. You can set it to the biome, and it'll try to generate stuff in it, but not very well. It's very sparse, and it's very ugly. And because I have to tick rate up right now, all these grew. So I'm gonna have to go through each and every lush cave and fix those. The dripstone caves actually went well. These look fine. These are passable. I'm just gonna leave these as is. I have a thing planned for that. And The deep dark actually went well as well. These generated pretty nicely. Once the cave situation was kind of figured out, I then had to figure out the structure situation. By the time I got to this point, I was just freehanding the structures and hand building them myself. I hand built this village from scratch. And then same with the desert village over here. Hand built all these buildings. But I was like, there's gotta be an easier way to do this. Thankfully, World Painter has a solution for that. So let's go out here into the wilderness. Ignore that. Yeah, just ignore this. As, as you can see, you can kind of just plop structures down with this command. So if I want to have like a, I don't know, so we can generate whatever structure here we want. So we can do a beached shipwreck, and boom, there's one right here. I think it depends on what chunk you're in. So you can't like manually place them. You kind of just have to like hope and pray it generates where you want it, and you kind of work with it. This means I can generate a woodland mansion. I don't know if it spawns the mobs though. I guess I have it on peaceful right now. I don't know if it works. It probably doesn't. But we also got a pillager outpost I generated here, and it was like half buried, so I had to clear out all this land. And then on the other side we have a ocean monument underwater. And I guess you can't like have it at a certain height. You can't lower it. So it's just kind of stuck at this high up. When it comes to the ice spike biome and the icebergs, they won't generate on World Painter worlds. They'll be really small. They'll like have like a couple blocks of ice, and the ice spike biome won't generate ice spikes. So you can use the feature command to generate pretty much whatever like feature you want, I guess. So I just kind of took a brush and painted all this in. Same with the icebergs. They're not perfect, but I think they look pretty good. I think they're cool. With that out of the way, I can show you the rest of the world. Starting over here, we have this area, which you can use to reset your spawn and learn how to sleep, I guess. And then you go down here, and this leads down to a trial chamber. And then you can go through this trial chamber, and I believe, so right here, we have like a little exit, I guess. I have a wind charge launcher that shoots you that's not good. Wait, let me try this again. There we go. It's just barely right here. I might have to add, and this leads you out here. So we're back here. We take these wind chargers up here. We have the elytra tutorial. I might redo this. I do like the idea of having a wind launcher right here, so that you can kind of just launch yourself and start gliding. I don't think I'm gonna have it right here though, because I do want the firework target thing. But then we have these little, we got these towers, and out here, I might move the wind charger right here actually. And then this is a staircase that just takes you down back to the bottom, because you can't really take the wind charge launchers down. Then over here, I have a happy gas tutorial with all the various stuff. You can learn how to moisturize your dried gas. And then over here we got little harnesses. And that kind of sums up what I got for the main hub. And now we can go take a look at the rest of the world. So starting in the desert, we got our desert village with a cool little palace here that I built. This is the most recent thing I built. I just kind of free-handed it, and I think it looks cool. And we have a big camel statue here and a desert temple. What's cool about the desert temple is there's some little secrets in here. Like, there's more. Over to this shattered savannah. We got some little bridges, some campfires. And over here we got like a modern looking lighthouse. I think this looks really cool. And then going into the mesa, we do have these like smoke towers. In the mesa, we have a big horse statue. and a Wild West village that I built because I thought this would be cool. And we got mines. I hope villagers have not. I did have to hand build this. And then we got a savannah here with the little gold shovel. I don't know what to put in here. Maybe just a savannah village, something like that. I'm undecided. Same with this little valley, like plains area. I'm not sure what to do with this. Coming around this side, we have a goat statue. This little guy. What's cool is that because we are past update aquatic, we have a bunch of mobs to make statues for. We got this little island thing. We got this little thing here. I don't have a concrete plan on what I'm doing with it yet, but I'll figure it out. I got this path that comes out of the main tutorial area with some docks coming out. And then we have a taiga, and this brings me to one of the cool little things I'm doing with this. So, one thing, 4J, like, oh, that's awkward. One thing, oh wow, my eye is like glowing, look at that, that's weird. One thing 4J really likes to do with their worlds is reference older projects they have done. They've done this time and time again. They've referenced old tutorial worlds in their new tutorial worlds and things like that. And I wanted to do something similar, but I didn't want to reference just an old tutorial world because they've done that a million times. So instead, I imported the original 3 battle maps, and then I knocked out all of the lights so it's dark. I ruined it up a little bit more. I added more vines, made it look a little more decayed. I added a bunch of trial spawners and trial vaults, these vault things. I added them all across. So we have cavern right here. I'm so happy with how this turned out. And then over here in the jungle, we have Cove, and this time Cove has been taken over by pillagers. Pillagers have taken the place over, and we have pillager trial spawners, and they spawn pillagers, and there's vaults everywhere. You got the ominous vaults here. I think this is gonna be really cool and really fun because you can constantly come back to these places. And then I'm gonna have Crucible in the Nether, where you're gonna take on like piglins and stuff. I think that's gonna be really, really cool. And I think that's pretty much everything I have built so far. It's still a work in progress. I have a lot to do. I have a lot I want to revise. Most notably, this area I'm not super confident in. This feels super cramped. Maybe it's just me, but I do want to redesign these stables. I don't like the design. I think it's choppy, and this just kind of feels like, I don't know, it kind of feels flat. It kind of feels boring. I don't know if this is something 4J would do, but I also know this is my world. I can kind of do it the way I want to, but I do want to keep it authentic. Which is what's funny is this feels cramped, and the whole area feels really small. It's actually like 50 blocks bigger than the last, which is crazy. It's like 50 blocks bigger. And like this feels really closed in. You can't really see the elytra very well. I'm not really happy with that either. It's just stuff like that I need to fix up. And I need to figure out where everything's gonna go, because I have a long list of tutorials I need to do. But that's probably gonna wrap it up. I think that's a good little introduction to the world, what we've got going on here. But anyways, I think that's gonna do for this video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe and keep an eye out for more videos similar to this one. Maybe I'll do more content on this if that's what you guys want. And with that, have an amazing day.